Hello everyone and welcome back to my Beyond the Gates 24 official YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Eva places coffee on Nicole's office, but she's out for an interview at her parents' place. Eva gapes at a picture of the Hamilton family when Ted arrives on the scene. He asks about the print and Eva says she always wanted a family. Ted makes the supposition she's an only child, and Eva says she really doesn't know since she doesn't know her bio-pater. Eva explains Leslie and her hubby Alan have always been good to her, so she no way felt the need to go looking for her pater. Ted makes the comparison to Andre and him losing his folks in an airplane crash. He and Nicole have tried to fill his void, but it's nearly insolvable. With that, Ted makes his exit. Jacob tries to be sportful, but Naomi is in no mood. His conduct have made her question her trust in him. She notes trusting a man is delicate for her after being raised by her father. Jacob says he was only doing his job, but Naomi isn't hearing it. She says Jacob knew what happened to her mama and still sided with her father. Jacob, formerly again, says the verity, he was only doing his job. They go back and forth before Naomi exits. Anita and Vernon are upset about Danny being at the interview when she arrives bright-eyed and bushy-tagged. Danny says she isn't prepared to go on camera when Nicole arrives. Danny promises she's not there to steal her family's moment. Chelsea arrives and Danny exits as the interview crew arrive. Naomi and Chelsea stand by as Nicole, Anita, and Vernon answer questions. Snappily, the canvasser shifts motifs and asks about Danny. Vernon says they've nothing further to say. Anita says they don't blink Danny's jest, but understand what drove her to it. The canvasser says she has just been informed Bill is giving a press conference as they speak, professing Danny is suffering from internal deterioration. Before anyone can answer, Danny walks by and takes a seat. Danny says she hates how her jest has hurt her family. She takes full responsibility and says she feels gratefulness towards Bill and Haley for dropping the charges against her. The interview has concluded and Chelsea and Naomi compliment their mama on a job well done. Danny wants to move on with her life and hopes Naomi is ready to do the same, asking if she has made up with Jacob. Danny urges her son to not let her miscalculations jeopardize a love of a continuance. Bill and Haley are also awaiting an interview. Haley is irked, but Bill guarantees her they're headed off for their honeymoon latterly. Haley doubles down, saying she's irked being on the sidelines while he does battle with the Duprees. Bill says he knows how the Duprees suppose and is going to flip the script before they've the chance. The press arrives and Bill makes a statement going after Danny for violence and libel. He's prepared to answer any and all questions. With that, they all begin asking it formally. Bill says he invited Danny so their children could see they were getting on and her family to keep Danny in check. He thinks Nicole should estimate Danny since her internal state has fully deteriorated. Bill says the Duprees are arrogant and are unintentional to take responsibility for anything. He goes on to say Danny is a manipulative serpent who only wants to discipline him for being happy. Leslie arrives to hang out with Mona in January. She's feeling herself and says she's eventually starting to recover from Alan's end. She says the future feels filled with possibilities. Mona says she's going to take the day off hereafter and is agitated to be down from all the Dupree drama. Just also, they see Nicole and Vernon on television and ask for the volume to be turned up. Marcel Malone arrives and introduces himself as Jacob's new mate. Jacob is agitated to learn from the stager, but Marcel is in Burrow who truly wants nothing to do with him. Marcel has words to say about Danny and Naomi which leads Jacob to call him a wise ass and exit. Chelsea runs into Kat and they catch up. They bandy celebrating their success, but Chelsea has other plans. Kat pushes about her situationship, but Chelsea says the people she's seeing like to keep effects low-key. Kat notes the wording and can't believe Chelsea is involved with multiple people, formerly again. They take a seat and Chelsea explains she's sleeping with a man and his woman. Kat's cool with it but questions the whole throuple situation. Chelsea tells her not to knock it until you try it. With that, Chelsea whispers some lecherous details in her kinsman's observance. Eva arrives to meet up with Leslie and catches her up on the happenings at the Richardson Menage. She says she talked to Ted about her father. Leslie warns her to be careful as she's playing a dangerous game. Eva thinks it's not Leslie's assignment to educate as she did Commodity with Nicole the night ahead. Leslie reminds her son trusting Ted was the biggest mistake she ever made. Bill hands off lines to Tomas so he can handle them while he's on his honeymoon. Tomas tells Bill about meeting Kat at the marriage. He says he'd no way police Tomas' particular life and gives him the go-ahead to play with fire. Jacob arrives home and flashes back to a discussion with Naomi from the night Bill blazoned his engagement to Haley. Naomi asked him when he knew about Bill and Haley. She says her capability to trust anyone is meddled up as she realizes her entire family has been keeping secrets for times. Jacob says he hasn't trusted Bill from the day he met him. He thinks they've Commodity in common as they both know how to manipulate people. The difference is he does it to serve the public and Bill does it to serve himself. He notes they're both in jobs that bear confidentiality at times. Naomi says she trusts him but worries he'll be forced between his job and her family. Naomi arrives home to find Jacob packing a bag. He refuses to sleep on the lounge another night and needs his strength to deal with his new mate at work. Naomi begins to cry and Jacob takes her into his arms. Naomi tells Jacob that Danny was on his side and knows she went to heart at him. Jacob gets it but wants her to understand he's not her father. They begin to kiss and hit the waists. Kat gets a call from Tomas who says he's thinking about her and wants to take her out. She says she's headed out of city but invites him over for a mess upon her return. Vernon and Anita enjoy some dark liquor and get sportful when they talk about Danny's emotional performance at the day's presser. Anita worries about Danny's emotional state but Vernon encourages them to celebrate the palm. Bill is looking at stories about Danny when Haley says the auto is ready to take them to the field. She exits to refreshen up, leaving Bill to concentrate on his phone. Danny sits at the club watching Bill and Haley's press conference. She's further than irked with her ex-husband and instantly puts her phone in her drink. She yells for a fresh gin and alcohol but tells the server to leave the old one so she can watch the image on the phone vanish. Danny's fury that hubby Bill ditched her for their son's stylish friend, Haley, and now the extracurricular couple is getting married at the Dupree Family Country Club. Well, they tried, anyway, and they pulled it off ultimately, after a little gun snafu, and moving into a house smack in the middle of Fairmont Crest. Danny is angry. Danny has every right to be angry. Danny is betrayed. Danny has every right to feel betrayed. But she's not the only one. And we recommend the show for flashing back that Danny and Bill were married for 30 times. They raised 2 daughters together, and Danny's paid her. Vernon helped Bill make his highfalutin law practice. When Bill took up with Haley, Danny had every right to throw coffee mugs, reach divisions with golf clubs, and, bring a gun to a marriage and hold the bridegroom and bachelor hostage. The show did right by her there. But we recommend BTG for flashing back another victim then, who was just as horribly betrayed. Haley first ended up in Bill's route because her stylish friend, Naomi, brought little orphan Haley home and made her part of the family. Haley didn't just break Danny's heart, she broke Naomi's, too. Naomi didn't just lose her pater. She lost her BFF, too. Detergents so frequently concentrate on romantic connections that they forget that musketeers occasionally forego the loves of our lives and indeed outlive them. We appreciate the memorial that Bill didn't just hurt his woman. He hurt his son, too.